Hi, Tan. Well, welcome to Friday. We're here. Let me just move some things over. How's everybody doing? Start of a weekend. So you get a long, crafty weekend, I hope. Tian, did you say you just got your kit? I think last night you said it just arrived. Because I need you to check something for me. Did you have the waterfall in your kit? Okay, let me just get to where we need to be. Oh, my little birdie. His little feet there. So I'll just hang out for a second while everybody gets here. Fix my little birdie's feet. Super fragile pieces here. Okay. Oh, then yours will be fine. It was just the new ones that had gone out. I think we didn't get those in there, so we're just sending those out. Okay, while we're waiting for a few minutes, I'm just going to put my tabs on here. I did start putting tabs on. And I'll put these on and then get started for those who are maybe finishing up dinner or wanting to get on and they're not quite here yet. But actually, go ahead and still check. Can't remember if yours was one of the second buys. It was in the second buys. They got left off, but we're sending those right out. So we'll see. Oops, we'll see how far we get tonight. Okay, let's get started. So we want to create our photo mat, and let's just get everything out that we need. First of all, we're going to get out our 3 1/4 by 4 3/4 photo mat. Oops. That one's not marked, and I'm not sure why. It's too big. We cut these together, and I do not know how when we cut them together, and I was being so careful to put these in the correct place, I managed to lose things. Okay. A super easy fix. So I'll go ahead and cut my 3 1/4 and 4 3/4. And then I want to grab the background that we're going to use, which is so I want a little more color. We're going to use, yeah, okay, you got the waterfall. Awesome. We're going to use our solid number 4. And that's going to be 3.5 by 5. Oops. Okay, 3.5 by 5. Oh, awesome. Yeah, this thick paper. And then 3.25 by 4 3/4. That aside. Okay. Okay, just making sure I grabbed everything out that I need. And we need to get our baby buggy. First we'll start there. And it's our large one up here at the top. And I do want a little bird that I put up on top of the word treasure. So we have a couple of different birdies. Let's see here. This big one, it's not him. Make sure I get that in the tray so we're not losing it. I just want this little birdie up here in the top, just above that little squirrel. And again, you have to be very gentle. Oh, didn't that turn out so cute? I love the butterfly kisses also. Okay, next I did put down my month of 2. That's in the wrong place. Oh, I guess they're not in the wrong place. That's where I put them. So I'm looking for my 2 months. And this heart, and it's a chipboard heart. Move everything over. And then I want the word treasure. It's in cursive. And I had my little birdie. Oh, there he is. So I don't lose it. That little heart. Okay, I brought my photo mat all the way down to where that blue, I don't know, if you're not looking carefully, I thought it was a birdie there, but it's not. So we want room for the treasure. I wanted to have as much of the flowers showing as possible. Oh, you're so welcome. And it's about 5/8 of an inch from the pattern paper on the right hand side. And then treasure. I'm just going to stay, towards the top of our letters. Leave the bottom free of adhesive so it will fit. We can just pop a photo up underneath there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my little bird down. So I just put him on top of the word treasure. And again, these are, well, hello. I do have to ask you, Tanya, did the video show up in on Scrapbookers? Because I didn't know if I hit, how you post it, but you don't hit post. I didn't know if maybe I didn't do that. Okay, he's hard to see, but you will see him. He's like sitting on top of treasure and on the flowers. Then we have our heart. Kind of over there in that spot. And I did put my 2 months down here at the bottom. But if you're waiting, you don't have to put this down, of course. You could just give this as part of the gift in an envelope. Okay. This I do want to put up on our foam dots. And again, I am going with the ones that aren't quite as thick. So we just need 2. Oh, good. Okay, thank you. I was kind of in a rush and I popped it on there and I didn't remember if I hit post. Okay, that page is done. So let's flip this over and then I want to show you something. So I do put a piece of our ribbon. I didn't grab some today at the warehouse. I always get there and realize, but I'm going tomorrow. And so we can add this anytime. And I did glue it down after I added it on because I didn't want it sliding around. So you'll just tie a bow around your card. And I'll do this again on camera. Okay. So we need 2 2.5 by 3.5 from our pre-cut papers that I always forget 1 or 2. So 2.5 by 3.5, and we want 2 of those. So we want to put those down first. I never really measure those. I just pop them down. Salad sounds good, Tanya. Okay, we'll try and keep these pretty even distance from each edge. Okay, go ahead and let's grab our cute babies again, and we're going to use the giraffe. And that cute basket of laundry. So it's going to be over here in the kind of like the baby nursery stuff. And we have a couple of different ones, I think. Yeah, we've got these two. I'm using neither one of those. So it's this one at the bottom. We have 3. So down here, middle of your page. Oh, we don't need those out. And I'm just going to put my adhesive here in the center. So it sits in the center and it doesn't interfere with our photos. And this little cutie patootie, he's going to sit right there in between. So, trying to debate here. If you have some strips, I'm going to use those. If you don't have any strips, then you can just cut, like I do in the videos, just cut those in half, because you only want it down the center. He's so adorable. Okay, then I want, let's see, I want welcome baby. Oh, welcome's not cursive. And then I want 3 months. So 3 months and welcome. Hi, Brian. Thank you. These baby animals are so adorable. Okay, we're just kind of filling up those 2 empty spots, and then we'll put our 3 months right in the center. And sometimes I like to put these down. A lot of new moms might be wondering, where should I put that? And it's just kind of a guide to show her where to put it. And then, of course, it also, that chipboard weighs this down so it stays shut. Okay, we've got those 2 done. So we're going to pop those in our book, and you can grab your 2 4x6 sleeves right here. We're going to add some cute things to it. And then the back, we have 2 2¼ by 3½. You know, oh no, it's 2 3/4 by 3½. I need to read. Sorry, guys. So there's 2 of those. Oh, that's awesome, Brian. Oh, you know, and that's a good time to start their books, graduating from kindergarten, and hopefully you can stay up on it. That's usually I did the kindergarten, and then kind of lost it with the 4 kids. Of course, baby number 1, she's got all her books, but the rest of them, it was like, well, I'll try and get to it later, right? Okay, 1 3½ by 5½. Yeah, poor babies after the first. We usually, well, they're kind of left out. I'm going to go ahead and take these out. And again, I've been working with Doodlebug, and it's a side, and now I'm trying to find where the opening is here. I get so mixed up between the Doodlebug and these others. Theirs are side loaded, and these are top loaded. Okay, and then I get mixed up. So we can just go ahead and flip these over. We'll do the backs first. So this one is just the one. And this one will be 2 photo spots. So we kind of need to place them. Now, if you just do not line things up straight, go ahead and make your pencil mark. Oh, Diane, well, guess what, guys? I actually will be putting, this one, though, we won't do till the end-ish of July, but I'm putting this one on soon. And let me tell you why I'm getting it on. I just got off with Doodlebug. They're out. They are reordering, but their merchandise on Bee and Berry won't be here for 30 to 45 days, but it's coming. They just put in their orders today to reprint and redo everything. So it's a good thing if you got your Bee kit ordered, because we will have a second round, but there's a few more left online. But what I've ordered is what we'll have until 30 to 45 days. Hopefully they're expecting it sooner, where it's not a new print where they have to set up everything. So, but to let you guys know, if you want the Be Happy or the Berry Sweet, do not wait. They're already out of ephemera. They're already out of, well, they're out of a lot of it. Oh, the puffy stickers. So I do have more in stock, but I won't have any more kits but what's online until middle of July, August. Okay, I just put them on. Okay, one thing, you guys, stop and watch. Unlike me, which is no big deal. I should have put the bigger one on the bottom, but that's okay. I'm just going to switch them around. So I need to stop talking. So the one with your giraffes, I had put originally the one, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be great either way. That's the nice thing. There's no if you did or if you didn't. it won't mess up the landscape or the look, which is nice. Oh, awesome. And that's great, Brian, because what's neat is when you find what works for you, um, then you like to use it. Yeah. You know what, Diane? This last 2 months has been basically my first go at. I've never done tutorials on ring binders because I'd gotten away from them back in, project life. So now the only difference is I have one on top, one on the bottom, and it's okay. And I'm loving making these. I hope you guys are. And I hope you're not upset with me for making them because they are so much fun. Okay, so we're going to grab our shelf. And these hold a lot of photos. You can get a lot in there. Let's see, did our shelf already fall out and we put it away? Nope, it is down here. We're going to lose our rocking chair in the baby nursery stuff. Isn't that adorable? And then I don't think we need another one. We do. So we need this darling little sleepy baby. He may have fallen out. There he is. And then I want you to grab from these strips. Oh, thank you. I'd love to see it. And there's one with balloons. Oh no, it's not the big long ones. Okay, it's going to be, let me give you, it has balloons and a little bit of the arrows. So it's in your ephemeras. I've got a couple of different ones. And really, you can use any of them if you like. I'm just going to set them there. But they're nice little fillers. And there it is. Okay. Oh, now let's go ahead and get our words out. So I want peekaboo. And it's gray. And then 10 tiny fingers. And 4 months. So did anybody get on YouTube and find your dividers under disposable food service thingies? Formats. Oh, good. Wilbur's going to snore for us. Okay, so we've got everything out that we need. So I can take those off. And by the way, guys, there's one of these left. Just one. Okay, my favorite thing to use on these are the dots. I like the square glue dots. I'm telling you, these are permanent. I tried to pull it off after, and it took some strength. So they go right on. And I brought it up into the square, that border of chevrons. That's what they're called, chevrons. And then this little guy. So he's, ooh, now this will open. Okay. So I just made sure that this, you'll see the dots where your page has been like heat sealed. I just want to set that up above there. And so just along the center, I'll add my square dots. I do. And I like these so much better than the glue or for these. So let's put that in the center-ish. And then again, it's on there. Okay, so I'll just change these guys around. So actually I'll put the 10 tiny fingers down there. Just have to do a little adjustment. And I place this over on the edge. Oh, did I already lose my little guy? Goodness. There he is. He was stuck. There. He partied too much on his 4 months. Well, let's try one more time. There we go. Bring that up. Well, I just keep getting in the same spot, so that's fine. Nope, it's down, so it's going to stay. Let me do something here. At least get his little tail down. Yes, because anytime there's plastic, this is what I use on those. So yes, we will be using the glue dots. And we do need to check to see if we need to reorder those for sure. So I'm going to put this one down here. Yeah, on all of the binders, I will use the dots for the plastic sleeves. Yes, the vintage woodland does match. Some of it does, not all the sheets. So you'll just want to kind of look at them. And what I'll do, I'll be in the store tomorrow for a while, and I will pull some things that match. Okay, let's put this one back in our book. And now for this one, I have out my 3-inch. Remember this punch. So I'm going to grab my 2.5-inch circle. Oh, it's already over here. I put it there. No, okay. Again, if you don't have, so if you do not have the 3-inch scallop, or you don't have a die, or you have a die, use a 3-inch die, and then the 2.5-inch for the white circle. So let me show you. Now, if you don't have those, don't worry. I want you just to cut. I'll show you. From the colors I use, just cut a 3x3 square, and then a 2.5x2.5 white square, and your squares will fit. But isn't that so cute? Okay, let's see here. This piece we just cut, I'm going to use that one. And then this blush, kind of blushy color, and we really haven't cut into that. You wouldn't believe I had to turn the heat on. My husband turned on the air conditioner and froze me out. He's like, no, it's cold in here. Now, do you remember those strips that you had when we cut our, and I said it would be for, here you go, you can use those, but you've got plenty of the white matting. We're going to use those for our circles. And so I'll start with my scallops, or you can use your die. And I want to move that. Now, for the bee, the only thing that you're going to need is, for the one album, you get the chipboard, but you'll want your cardstock. And then the dots. Everything else is in your kit. So I want another one of these. Okay, let's move you. Oh, I did it out of the big one. Here's the small one. I need to pay attention to those. And then we want the 2.5-inch circles. You know, I was going through my punches, and so I've been really trying to use punches because they've been sitting in my drawer for years. I mean, years. But dies work great too. Okay, so those will sit right in the center. Again, if you don't have any dies or don't want to use them, go ahead and cut a 3x3 square of the colored, 2.5x2.5 of the white. Okay, now it's hot. Okay, let's set those aside for a second. And let's go ahead and grab, oh, my little cows already fell out. So we have this one and the small one. And then we want 2 sets of balloons. And where the big moon is your balloons. But you know what? Let me see if we have one more set. One's a little bit bigger. We may have used the other one on the, we did, instead of the big one. That's okay. You want your 2 sets of balloons. We'll put, one's a little bit bigger. So I'm going to put one up there and one down here. That is just fine. Okay, let's grab the page. There's no, I didn't put anything up at the top. So we have picture room. And I didn't do anything in the center. again, for photo room. So I put one coordinating corners. So if you notice one balloon is bigger, and if maybe you grabbed when you're decorating it on that first page, you may have also done what I did. Or was it the first page? Something like that. There was two small and one large. I didn't even notice that. So I'm going to put my larger one up here at the top. Yeah. How you like yours to look. Put my little cow there. Now, you may want to go back when we're done. If you have some words left, you could even pop a little cute word there. And I would use more of a, oh, the ones from the ephemera pack. And we'll go back after we're all done. And I'll kind of fill in those spots. Even though I didn't in the original one, but I just noticed actually a little word would be cute. Maybe we'll put the bigger ones down here instead of a word. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my bigger one. If you have one that's bigger, I'm going to put it down here then. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, let's put our cows down first. Even though everything's been placed, you know how it goes. When you go to lay them down, we don't want the cows to lose their spots. They're so cute. They have the cutest faces. So I'm just going to kind of work from the bottom up. And then if you can get those little strands. Okay, put our little cow down. Could you imagine having a real cow like that and dressing it up? One of the little mini cows. I follow a lady on Instagram that has them. And she does. She puts their pajamas on them at night. Now, I don't know if they sleep in them. I couldn't imagine a cow being that good natured to sleep in its pajamas. But maybe it does. The little, what are they, the Highland cows? Oh, we were riding our bike yesterday morning. And I sent this video to Lexi and to Sally because these two girls were out in the yard training their pigs because they're going to put them in the fair. I didn't take any still pictures. It was a video. These pigs, though, they don't weigh enough. She said, because they have to be like, oh my gosh, 285 pounds or something. So they're still young, but they were over 200 pounds. And they were training their pigs just like a cat. The cat toys with the feathers on the end. Yeah, they were training their pigs. I about died. So cute, though. Oh my gosh, they were so cute. Okay, we have that done. And it's super cute. So we need to close the cover. And then we want to get into our scraps here real quick. So we're going to create 2.5 by 4. And you can even make more. Let me show you. Oh, those aren't what we want. So what I did, see all these little pieces we had left? Okay, oops. So they're not going to match because it'll just depend on your scraps. Let me just see if I have any others. I don't think it's wide enough. Oh, close enough. So that one is one I used. Perfect. So I'm just going to, this one is 8 inches, so I'm just going to cut it in half. And I'm going to use one for the front, one for the back. And so I'll take this one. I think that's what I used. Or close. Yeah. So 2.5 by 4. And they don't have to be that exact size. If you want to use, different scraps, different sizes. Okay, we'll cut those in just a second. You can also use, because we will have these left over. So you could also stick, we use some of them, but you could stick the file folders in there. Now for these, I just use my corner rounder, my corner punch. And I won't punch the hole, or that one matches. Then I just measured at 1 1/4 and punched my hole, and then used the scraps. These were just the little scraps of the ribbon that were left over from when I tied the ribbon everywhere. And I just popped them in there. So I won't do that right now. You just want to punch your hole, and you can even put a brad in there if you like. Or you can staple if you like to staple. I don't like that side. I like the balloon showing. There we go. Then I just kind of staggered them there in the corner. Okay, and that little flap is done. Now on the back is going to be the frame. So we need a couple of things. We're going to need, we need this viewer from our ephemera pack. Oh my gosh, those things stick to everything. Okay, we're going to need your, we're going to need our papers again. So I used this one, but I think I'm going to use this one instead. So the paper I'm going to use has the green. It's kind of a greenish color with the dots. We're going to cut a strip that's going to go down the center. Not the center, but it's kind of off-centered here. So I'm going to use the balloons. And to be honest with you, I'm trying to figure out how I got those balloons to show. Yeah, it was over here. And I don't think you guys want to cut the baby, right? So, I mean, I don't have to have the balloons to show. Oh, you know what? It's this one. They have so many. It's hard to keep them straight. Hi, Monica. Okay, so this one is from the Celebrations. That one's the match. It has the balloons up in this left-hand corner. That's the one we're going to cut. Then we're going to want the large frame. With the white. We'll get some bees and another little butterfly, but we won't get those out right now because we'll lose them. But you are going to want this one. It looks like a belt. I'm not a belt buckle. It looks like the wood. And then there is an ephemera piece that looks like a belt buckle. And it is going to be in this small stuff. Let me show you. Right here. We're going to punch those two, so we have two slats there. And then we're going to put it on the piece there. Smile and 5 months. Smile and 5 months. Then we want a 4 1/4 by 5 1/4 white. That's 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. Remove that. See, and then you can see the buckle down here. And I did glue it down so it doesn't move. Okay, we're going to start by cutting the piece that we need to go back behind everything. And it's going to be 2 3/4. And we'll leave it at 8 inches. Okay, we want the balloon to show 2 3/4. Such a pretty piece. For this one, I do want to give you a measurement from the side. And we went in 3/4 of an inch. So you can use your spacers, your ruler, and just hold it there. And we're going to then glue this down. Oh, I need to ink it. Okay, this has been sitting since our last show. What, yesterday? Just sitting here on my desk, and it was still extremely, like, wet, juicy, as Tanya would say. They are juicy inks. Okay, 3/4 of an inch from the edge. Perfect. Okay, I want you to take your wheel here and see, you're going to see a line where one side has letters or, print, and we're going to cut that right in the center where that print is. And you can cut it with your scissors, but we don't need the whole thing. We're going to use this elsewhere, and we don't want to waste it. We're good. Oh, should have gone back behind the paper. So here we're going to change the shape of this in just a second. I did a boo-boo. No, it's not coming up. So I got to do a little design change, which is fine. It's very close. You're not going to see this. I'm going to put this here. So it's just going to be angled. Instead of under, we're going to butt it up against, and it's fine. It looks almost the same. I just didn't get this brown. So let me do something. Let's see if we want to. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I'm going to cut just that white off because none of this will show. I should have put it underneath there, and I did not. There we go. So it's going to sit like that. It still looks the same though, but instead of being under just a hair. So did you guys see what I did? What I do? I don't know why. By the time I get to this tutorial, I'm like, I can't talk. Okay, so I just went straight across here and took that off. Okay, then you're going to turn it, and we're going to sit it like so, and then it looks the same. We won't put this down yet. We're just going to ink these edges. What we're going to do is put our frame, our matting on our frame here on the back. And then also I want to ink my frame this time. I just thought it looked better than the white edges, and it really gave it more dimension because it was dark on the edge. Oops. Okay. So this is my left-hand side I'm putting glue on. And again, we'll be able to lift it. Okay, so come underneath your balloons. Whoops. That is going to be just about 3/8 of an inch. No, excuse me, just a little over 1/8 of an inch. And I'm going to come down a little further. So now when I put this down, I'm going to match it to the top of the balloon. So just kind of leave this side open so you can slide it under before you glue it all the way down. But like this is fine too. Okay, let's come down a little bit so we can see the balloons. Okay, I like it. Hold it. Okay, we'll add our adhesive. So I'm going to give you a measurement. The bottom of my frame is 1 1/4 inch from the bottom of the frame to the bottom of the matting, and 2 inches. 2 inches at the frame to the matting. Okay. And then this we are going to cut. And I did bring it up so it was somewhat on the frame. But we can still get into the frame. So first of all, I'm just going to cut off the rounded off of one edge and then flip it around, and we will cut it at 6 inches. And then the buckle. I did put my buckle a little bit off center. Can't get a hold of it here. So my buckle is going to be 2.5 inches from that edge. There you go. So the center part is 2.5 inches from this edge. So I just moved it over. So I had 2.5 inches there. And it does extend over the top of the photo mat, but we just glue the strip here. Smile does sit on top of there. So mainly you just want enough room for the word smile. And I still wanted to see the buckle, so you can adjust it before we glue it. Okay. Yeah, you can, oh yeah, on the, yeah, you could trim those off on the other, yes, on this guy. Okay, let's make sure he's a little bit straight. Because I don't glue the buckle because we don't want it glued on the frame. I'm just gluing the strip and the strip in the center. Don't put anything on the buckle that extends over because it's going to be on your frame. But now you have a second or so to move it. Straighten it up. Then you can push down your your piece. And then we can slide our photo in when the time comes. Or you can just cut the photo if you want some white border showing. I always tell the recipient you don't have to make it fit the whole way. And then after they put the photo, they can glue down their frame. Or you can, because I know it'll be, Mom, can you do this? That's how it was at my place. Mom, can you put those on for me? Okay. Now my 5 months also extends up onto the frame a little bit. So I'm just going to glue it on the bottom, just about halfway. Leave the top unglued. So it doesn't get in the way of your frame. Okay, let's grab our epoxies. And where are those hiding? Oh, they're right here. So I put one of the banners across here. Make it look a little more festive. And then we want 2 cute little bees and a butterfly. Let's see how many butterflies we have. Is here our last one? This is for the cover. Okay, then our bees. I took these two, it looks like, right under the elephant. Let's start with our butterfly. These are so little. Okay, right up above the balloon. Watch those little antennas. And then this little tiny word, moment in time. Let's cherish the moment. They are so little. There it is. Okay, we're done. You can pop that one in our book. And then this one And I did use a flower punch on here. So I did punch out a flower, but just so you know, they do get smashed. So that is, totally up to you. I just taken some white paint on there. I probably won't do that again because it wasn't my favorite thing to do. I don't think it looked super great on this one, but some glitter or anything like that would look great. And let me get the little flower punches, my little mini one. Again, these are the Fiskars, and any punches will work. This is a 5-petal. And if you aren't a fan of the flowers, then what you can do is wait until everything's done. Oh, let me just tell her we're in. Okay. Looking for us. Okay. We're going to take this other half. And okay, let's go ahead and take this out. Oh, did we? Oh, we didn't glue these down. Why didn't we glue these down? Oh, I know why. We were going to put this under this time instead of the way I did it. Okay. Why didn't we put this one down? Let me double check to make sure that we don't do something that I forgot. And then again, that was a leftover. And then these are from those ephemera pieces, and I glued this together. So we'll do those. Okay, I don't remember why this wasn't, but I know why this one isn't. Okay, well, let me ink this and we'll put it down. And then we'll close our pocket. Does anyone else have that happen with the glue? Dark glitter glue, how it flakes off your fingers? And it's just like, it looks like skin. It drives me crazy. That is why I'm always wiping my fingers. It drives me nuts. Okay, now we can close the pocket just with a little bit of adhesive on each side. Okay, let's go ahead and ink this one up. I know. It's not so much that, and then it flakes off and it's like, ooh, it looks like skin. Okay, so the whole thing was, I wanted this underneath here because that's better than on here. I put a strip to hide it because I was like, oh, that should have gone down first. Perfect. It looks much better too. Hi, Sheila. Are you having fun? All right, let's go ahead and glue that edge. Put it pretty much in the center. Make sure we're straight. Yep, we're straight. Okay, we can put this on top now. Oh, yeah, Jamie was in the store. She's so cute. That whole group from Idaho. Yeah, they came in because they were down for other things and they stopped in the store. So I was really glad I was over there when they came in. Hi, Tiffany. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and remember. Oh, and I was going to put down the magnet. That's why I didn't put the paper. So this one has the magnet. That was the other thing. I didn't have the large ones at the time. So make sure you put your magnet down first. If not, it's not a big deal. This will stay shut. It's going to be in your pocket. And then I want these words. Do you remember these words? We're going to use sweet beginnings down here at the bottom. Oh, good. Definitely a fun bunch to craft with. That's going to go just down here at the bottom of the page, and then we want to get that birdie. Okay. We have those keys, and then we have a birdie. Then we have another one of these little tiny words, and it's going to say happiness is. Follow your dreams, dare to dream. Let's get those. I'm going to kind of put those back there in the corner. Not that one because it went flying. Absolutely fabulous, that one says. Next time, I've just never had them. I don't recall them putting these little tiny strips words in. I will sort them out. So this one says happiness is. And that's where that's going to sit. After it falls on my fingers. Okay. And the bird, it's going to sit down here. Okay, I'm going to take, this one. And what I did is I just punched two of the large flowers. That paper is tough to punch. And then to just any scrap. I'm trying to find the smallest. This one's fine. Any scrap will do. And I have a mini one. A mini one, or you can use the dots. I did put a star in the center, but you can just use a dot if you don't want to do these flowers. That's just fine. But because I put them on, I want to show you guys. And I punched 3 of the mini. Just going to ink these tips up. And I won't I dry brush the paint on, but I'm not very good at that. And these flowers just didn't like it too well. So I just, even though this is going to be pushed flat, I still pinch together my petals, but it's going to go flat, but at least you'll have some of that dimension there. So I just put these two together. And then basically that's all the shaping I'm going to do because it'll go flat. I like the 5 petal punches because you can offset those. Oh, that's a good idea, Tian. If you have some dies, if you have, especially if you've got some of the G45 dies when they did flowers, see, but it will flatten, just so you know. Those are really nice dies, or if you have any, any of your other favorite dies. Now for this little guy, I'll just grab this. I'm going to use the outside here. I'm not getting out my flower mats or anything for these because we're just going to use our fingers because they're so little. So I'm just kind of pushing them around the ball here. Just to give it a little something different. Okay, that's going to be our center. Okay, so you can pick your center. I'm just going to use one of these baby stars here at the top. And I use this light tan color. And that's what we're going to set here. Well, hello, doggies. Here they all come to see me. Hello. And it smells like you've been playing ball. They smell like they are hot, sweaty doggies. Okay, back to the babies and this cute little bear. Now we're getting into the bears. But we have to have him. So he's going to kind of sit right there with our flower. If you want your flower. Remember, you don't have to have your flower. There, and kind of get my bearings. Now I want to get into our, which ones did I use? Oh, I used this one, the big one. And we have one with balloons on it. And then one of the other little tags. Is it this one? Nope. It was this one. And again, you'll just use your little scraps of ribbons. So on here, I just added my adhesive to the bottom, so it would hold things in there, and just glued it on the bottom of the big tag. I'll just ink these up. Make sure it's dry. Pop that in, and it can sit inside the pocket. And then I made the tag with a 3 1/4 by 5 1/2, and just cut your corners. And then I used one of the that I showed you in the beginning. That's not it. This is it. And you just glue them over the top for the tab, the full tab, which they're kind of nice, especially for tags. Or she can post her, keep her photos and different things like that in there. Okay, let's turn this over. And you're going to want that strip of tickets from your ephemera. And we do have to poke out our holes. And we're going to have to cut it. So I just cut this. Let me show you. We need it to be 6 inches, 6-ish inches. So I went about 6 1/8. Then I turn it to the opposite side and cut at 6. And then that should bring it pretty much symmetrical, so each side looks pretty much the same. Okay, we'll ink that edge up. So it does extend past your mat a little bit. So it's more on the cardstock edge. Okay, let's get our cursive letters, Little Dreamer. And little, let's see, did I put any months on there? No. Okay, just like we made the other little flowers, I did punch 6 of your mini flowers and just put them there. And then this, oh goodness, did we not cut this one? It's 4 by 4 3/4. I thought we did. We did 4 by 4 3/4. It must be out on the envelope. But it's going to depend on where we put this. I should have put it down first. We may need to trim it just a little bit. If you need to trim it, no problem. I'm just going to take 1/4 of an inch off of mine, so it becomes 4 1/2. Because I brought my ticket down just, yeah, a little bit too far. But that's okay. We can trim that right off. Then we want this darling little clock. And it should be in the baby stuff. Here it is with the little bunny. And the cradle. Did our cradle fall out? Yep. Now you want the little cradle, and then we have a baby bottle. And I believe the baby bottle, okay, you don't want the big one. The baby bottle, I believe that was in one of our frames. And then we need the rattle. And then we want the little tiny word that says absolutely fabulous. Teeny tiny word. Okay. So if you want the 6 flowers, and they're flying everywhere, just punch out your little 6 flowers the same way. Just kind of roll them up, and you'll put them together. I just put, so I did them just like I just did on the other one. And then I just put a cluster of 3. And I did put one of the little tiny dots. Where are they? To put a dot or a star? No, I put the little tiny stars. That's pretty cute. I put the little tiny stars in the center of each flower. And then we're going to use some other little tiny stars there. So I've got those punched, and I will make those off camera because we do it the same way. Okay, we're going to start with Little Dreamer. Yes, I did cover the pretty star moon, but we're going to add more stars. And Dreamer right across the top of our tickets. Okay. The clock. Oh, let's put our photo mat down first. And I left 1/4 of an inch around the left-hand side. Okay, we'll start. Let's just put this little guy down first. And photo mat side, so this is where we're going to put the dots, the foam. Let me check this. So we're going to cut some in half. Give it some support on that edge. It's so cute. Okay, our clock. Now our little bottle and rattle. Now what I did first is I put, you'll see there's a kind of the ribbon. So I place it over the bottle like so. Add your glue just right to the bottom of the rattle. And we'll just sandwich that bottle on there. So it sits like so. And I'll such little intricate pieces. Okay, and absolutely fabulous. It's going to go down here on the bottom of the photo mat. And not upside down. There we go. Okay, now let's grab those stars because we want to give this more of a dreamy feel. So up here in the corner, I'm just going to use one of the big, here you go, the big kind of rusty color. And then, let's see, where did I put, oh, I put a small one here. Now on top of this blue one, I'm going to kind of sandwich another one. And then I've got a tan one over here kind of on top of that tan one. So the top one is a smaller grayish blue. Kind of the lighter grayish blue. So it was different than the lettering. And then that bluish color, I took a dark one. And over here, I did a large, this tan one on the end. Then I'm going to do 3 on the picture frame somewhat. So I'll put one on the corner, top, and then side. And I'm going to use the small ones. So it looks like I went down here on the bottom with the tan, the grayish, yeah. So the grayish color, grayish blue color, almost looks grayish green, and then a darker rust. And then you've got plenty. If you decide after you put your book together, you want to go back and add more, you've got plenty that you'll be able to play with. But see, they help things pop. I just love them. Okay, now we're going to put this one in the sleeve. I need to put them both away. Okay, now when you're sliding this in, it likes to get caught on everything. Okay, now she has a safe place. You know, you can put cards from the hospital, the little cards from flowers or anything in there. That one away. All right, let's put this one away, and then we're going to do this guy. And what time is it? Oh, we're doing good with time. Oh, I did. There it is. I'd put it on the outside. Okay, this is the front. Okay. Fun. Okay, we want, oh, I didn't put that back. I'm just going to pop that down in there. Oh, I must put it in the other one. Okay, it's fine. So we're going to we want this card. Oh, it's different colors. Yours might be a different color too, or did I use the wrong one in the, no, I didn't. Well, okay. So I don't think I've lost any. Well, that's fine. I'll use this darker one. And then we want our other wheel. We're going to cut this in half. Yep, that's the right one. And then first steps in 6 months. Now I know 6 months might be too early for first steps, so if you can change those around for sure. And that's kind of acts as your pull tab. Then we need live, laugh, and love, and that's from the ephemera sheets, which is right here. It's those little words. Live, love, and laugh. And then we want to get into our little bookshelf. Let's see, which already fell out. Because how cute to have a little bookshelf in the room. I love it. And then our little laughing. I don't know what kind of, oh no, I don't know what kind of animal he is. But he's that little guy. Oh, you know what? I forgot something in the other. I need to show you. So let me grab this out. So where we put little dreamer, I forgot, guys. Let me just pull this up. Let me back up for a second because that was, I want to do that really quick. I don't need to pull it out too far. See that little, the heart that dots the little? I put a heart there that matched the lettering down here, kind of the terracotta color. Forgot about him. And then I put one of our little buggies here because that's cute. So I put the little buggy here. It's hard to see things, and sometimes then I realize, oh, wait a minute, I had missed something. Oh, and Terry, we got that mailed out today for you. Okay. I'm just going to put that right there next to my little. I'm just making one last swoop here to make sure. Nope, that's it. Okay, I can put that back. Okay, we want him. You know, I'm not finding him. Oh, there he is. Yep, that's him. He's so cute. Okay, let's cut this in half. You can use your scissors, or you can definitely use your cutter. Again, you're going to see where the pattern is, and actually it separates here in the center. So one side has the chevrons and one side has some pattern. What I did is I just glued it. I glued it down to the inside. Just there on the edge. Okay. And that's weird that they're so different colors. Must have just come from a different dye lot, unless I lost one of mine. No, I didn't see the. So the colors will vary on the cards, just so you guys know. Yeah, because they're the same words. And we're just going to bring that down about 1/8 of an inch. Yep, the words are exactly the same. Okay, and pop that in. Our little pocket, we'll pop that back in. And let's go ahead and put our cute little bookshelf down. Isn't he cute? Okay, guys, what kind of baby is he? I can't figure out. I'm trying to think what animal is he's not. I keep wanting to say a beaver or he definitely looks to me, I'm sorry, he looks like a puppy. So once again, you can leave your months off, but I will just go ahead and put this on. So, you know, the 6 months, that way it can be on the front or the back. And little pictures on the inside. Now for this one, I extended it over. So you only want to glue half. Okay. Now, this is the one I'm not going to put up on the super thick tape again because the book's just too fat. But I'm going to use the round ones you got in your kit. And let's go ahead and get, yes, You Are My Sunshine. Right here. You Are My Sunshine. And then we want that tag. Let me show you. With the holes in it, we're actually going to be cutting it. This one. And there's a line right here where I cut it. Let me see. Does he look like a little fox? He's awfully cute. Okay, this can just go back in our tray. Now, we are going to have to poke all these little holes out. anything to make a mess on our desk. Oh, there is a kitty. That's right. Well, we'll just call it a baby. Now, I think I did. Yes. We are now going to cut this in half. The reason being, we want to be able to use this, right? We don't need to stick the whole thing under. It's just to give it a little different look on the side. So we'll cut it in half, put it in there. You won't see that, but okay, let's get out a 3x4 photo mat. And that means we're going to be cutting a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Or is it 3 1/2? Nope, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I used the tan side. I like that, cutie patootie. Oh wait, I'm not using the big round ones. I'm using the square ones. Oh, there goes my fingers again. Okay, now this, let's go ahead and let's glue it onto the photo mat. I didn't last time. It was like, oh, I forgot to stick that there. So I told myself we won't forget this time. It does extend a little bit over the photo. I mean the mat thing. But if you stick it on here, it won't this extended because see, I didn't stick it on when I was supposed to. There we go. Now that's what that's supposed to look like. Now we can go ahead and put it up on our foam. Now, if you don't mind the super chunky, go ahead and use your round ones that are in your kit. I'm going to bring it down a little. By using the smaller ones. About out of the smaller ones. So now we'll have some room to put our chunkier foam tapes. I do wish there was an easier way than having to take each one off. But hey, no complaining here. Okay, this won't quite be as dimensional as this one was, but that's okay. So we're going to put this right in the center. But it's still up and it looks good. And then You Are My Sunshine at the top. Yeah, I sometimes use my pokey tool also. Okay, let's get our little squirrel. He's little and tiny. I think he fell. No, he's down here where our moon was in the corner. And he'll slide under there just a little bit. And over onto the white. Oh, bless you, dog. He sneezed. Okay, we can put that in our book. And we're going to do one more tonight. Let's see where we're at. Oh, we're doing really well. Okay, so I'll let you know. I'll post in Scrapbookers. We might go live. And tomorrow, I might go live tomorrow and finish up on our pages. I won't do this tonight. I'm just going to do the front because this one is going to take a little bit. So this is where we'll leave off. But right now, we're just going to do our little extra pages here. So you'll want to get out. Now you get the whole pack. So you're going to have extras left over, and they're really nice. Oh, bless you, puppy. TN says, where'd he go? Yeah. And let me show you. I really like these. So if you want, you could put it right here on the edge and actually, let's see. Well, no, that's right. You can't get 3. But these can be added in on your pages anywhere. That is what is so cool about them. And then they're 4 by 6. So, no, let's see. Okay, the flap needs to be on the front. I mean the slit. Okay, where we put our card in. And we're going to add a cutie there. Okay. Again, make sure it's just on the front, the slit, because we'll take the adhesive off the back. Now, I ended up adding a strip here. I didn't like the way it looked, so we'll probably do that again. See how it was just kind of, I didn't like that. So what I'm going to do is come down. You want to come down about 1 inch. I'm just eyeballing, but it is 1 inch from the top. Remember, slat on the top here. This is pretty sticky. And you'll notice that when you take the backing off, but you're going to want to kind of line it up here. Because once it's down, it's down. And that's why I had to put that there. I couldn't get it back up. So if you need your spacer to help you there. This is a good time to use it. Because that's 1 inch at the top. And just set that. There we go. No, that's not correct. It needs to come down on the sheet. There we go. Okay. But the problem is we need it to be on the edge. There we go. On the edge of our cardstock here. And it's best if you just get the card up there. There we go. Because you really can't see it as you're putting it down. So they're nice to use, but they're not always the easiest. Because you want to keep that super straight and you can't see where it's going. Nope. Okay. See what I just did? That's what I did before. But that's okay because we're going to fix it. And chase it down. There we go. Now, this is where this came into play. So I will use it again because of that little boo-boo. We'll put it right on the edge there, and that'll fill up that spot, but we'll cut it here in a minute. All right, so our next one needs to sit just barely underneath there, and we want to keep them straight, but it makes it so it really does it. You can put what, 4 more photos here, and with the baby you do want those extra photo spots, but this can be nerve-wracking for anybody because you don't know, you can't see so much what you're doing. Okay. I didn't worry about putting anything there, but you could. I just want to see if we can put another one. Okay, we can. I'm going to put a third because we still have, we have more paper, and we've already got some cut that we did not use. I've got a couple of them in here because I saw them. That one has babies on it. And I really don't want babies, so I'm going to cut one. It's already 6, so I'll cut it at 4. Oh, actually, I'm going to use that. Has the beautiful flowers on that side. So again, at the top. So we're going to put a third on here. And this little guy, he's perfect. He's the perfect size. I won't have to cut that other little strip. Not only does it give it a finished edge, but it won't look, you can't quite see that torn area there, which nobody really will see unless I tell them it's there. So this came out to be, it's a 1/2 inch. It was just on that extra strip we had. Oh, glue will work on here. I did mean to use the dots because the art glitter glue does take a little bit to dry, so I don't want to leave it in the book yet. I'll probably let it sit out overnight. It's just the dots are so much faster. Okay, and then we're going to get our little high chair and a little bear. I put the 7 months, and we'll get these things out. So we need the high chair. Let's see, we need this. That's not the right little bear. He must have fallen out. He did. because one bear, whoops, one bear has strings going across and that bear does not. I don't know if that's, oh, that may be a little girl bear. Okay. And then we want the high chair, which is over here in the furniture. Okay, now let's go ahead and get our celebrate, which is the flat ephemera. And then I did use one of these little flags, but I used a grayish blue one. After working with this ephemera, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't want to dig through any more ephemera. So it's a newsprint, and it's kind of a grayish newsprint. And then we have the little tiny word that I put in the newsprint that says, follow your heart. Man, I haven't seen that one tonight. Oh, there it is, though. I love when it just pops out. Okay, follow your heart. And then let's get our 7 months. Okay. There we go. And let's start with the high chair. Pop that dot to the back. Okay, the one thing with the dots, when it gets too small of a space, then I just tap it and it will come off like so. So we don't waste them. Because down here is a little difficult. But you can use glue. Okay. And our little bear right here. Oh, don't tell me I'm out. Oh, I'm out. Let me see if I've got another roll. But it went far. They do go far. Well, I may be gluing. It's my last one. Okay, well, thought I had one more. Glue it is. You can also use red line tape. Like I said, you can use art glitter glue. It's not my favorite because it takes drying time when I'm using it on the acrylic or the plastic. And this one, I didn't have anything on. So I'll do this when we come back after I find out exactly how many I have, what I have left. Okay, so my flag, the points are going to go to the left, and we're going to add follow your heart in the center. Oh, I know Tanya is she's awesome to just help when we need her. I put follow your heart way down to where the point is. And let's keep it straight. Okay. And celebrate. Let's add that on now so that we make sure there's plenty of room for that. Again, you've just made yourself a little embellishment. Okay. And I put 7 months underneath there. The page does cover it, but it's okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, tomorrow, tomorrow it'd be the same time, about 5:30, and I should be fine to go live. We're going to create our little banner and like our little nursery scene here with the little shoes, the basket, and that's where we'll start. And then when we come back on, whoops, oh no, I just pulled my ribbon off. It was stuck in the drawer. Well, I'll have to fix that. Oh, it pulled the whole thing off. Wow. Let me close this up. So we'll go there. And you know what? Actually, I think we will. Oh, I keep forgetting that's the pocket because we're going to be done tomorrow with the inside. Sort of. We'll leave the front and back cover for Monday, or actually, that's where we can pick up Monday. I'll tell you what. I'll let you know for sure. I should be fine. I'm in the store for a while tomorrow, but I should be out just early enough so we can continue working tomorrow evening. And this is the page that we'll start on. So we did great, guys. And for those of you waiting for your kit, I know you're excited because it is exciting to get that kit in. And then I'll see you. I'll post in Scrapbookers, so be sure to watch. But I should be maybe on live tomorrow. We'll get those last few pages done. We'll see how the day goes in the store. Thanks for following me, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.